single vowel followed by two or more consonants is nearly always a short vowel, so long as the single vowel is not part of a digraph. So if we look here, we've got the single vowel and then two consonants. So that means it's going to be the short A, pantomime. Two consonants is going to be O, opposite. Two consonants is going to be A. So you can be pretty sure that in these words it will be a short vowel. But there's not that certainty with these other words, which have only one consonant between the vowels. This vowel is sometimes short or long. In these ones, it is short, and in these ones, it is long. And it is difficult to know whether it is short or long, especially with these longer multi-syllable words like these. This is when the reading strategy, if the short vowel doesn't work, try the long vowel, is a useful guide. And this technique works well for the children if that word and its meaning are already familiar to them through their spoken language, which is another reason why improving vocabulary is always very important. Ideally, the children should be encouraged to always try and decode a word that they cannot read by trying the different vowel possibilities. So here they might try O or O, romantic. Romantic makes sense. Johnny or junior, and there they can get the word by trying the different vowel possibilities. And if it still doesn't make sense, then they should be encouraged to say that they do not know what the word is, rather than making a wild guess. It is nothing to be ashamed of. There are thousands and thousands of words in English, and quite often us adults have exactly the same problem. We either have to look it up in the dictionary for the meaning and pronunciation, or ask an adult who is familiar with the word. This would not be a problem for the children in the early stages of learning to read when decodable readers were used. These books would only have the words that the children could work out for themselves. And once there was fluency with the reading and the decoding of straightforward new words, then the children would be well prepared for dealing with these more complicated multi-syllable words. A schwa is a swallowed vowel sound that is usually pronounced like an It usually comes in an unstressed syllable in longer words that have more than one syllable. And here are some examples. So here we've got camel. It's the E that is swallowed. It goes camel. We don't say camel or camille, but we go camel. It gets swallowed. In lullaby, it's the A, lullaby. And it's the A here in about. The E in return. And in competition, it's the com that is stressed, not the p, and the E is the schwa. It does not cause reading difficulties for the children who are familiar with these words in their spoken language. Those children might go camel when they blend it, then quickly see that that's camel. Lullaby, about, return is close enough for them to get it. But it is a big problem for spelling. How is an spelt? Now, in the beginning, it helps children to spell these words by emphasizing the vowel. So if they've got to learn the word camel, they might say to themselves, it's camel, L. I must remember the EL. Lullaby, it's the A I've got to remember. About, return, competition, I must remember that. The children who read a great deal often pick up this type of spelling by having been exposed to seeing the word many times. As explained earlier, two vowel letters are usually needed for representing the long vowel sound. The second vowel letter influences the first one and changes it from a short vowel to a long vowel sound. Occasionally, it is the second vowel that takes the sound, as with these words. Young, it is the the second vowel, that's giving the sound. In grief, it's the E. In neither, it is the I. But of course, if you pronounce this word as neither, which is quite acceptable as well, then of course it will be the first one that's giving the sound, the E. And in great, it is the second one, it's the A. Now, the children get used to trying the different possibilities linked to the vowel. So in the beginning, a child might go ow, because the ow is the one that they've learnt most of all. Yow, that doesn't quite give the word young. What about the first vowel? O. Yong, yong. No. Second vowel? Young. That's it. And so they work it out. Sometimes the second vowel influences the first vowel, but also represents its own sound, as with these words. Here, we've got the word bias. The second vowel influences the first one and changes it from I to I. So it's bi, but it also says its own sound, bias. Or here, diet. Now, for the children will say I straight away because that's the familiar one. The IE says I. But if that doesn't work, then they try the other vowels. Diet. And then the U, dual. Chaos. It's saying two sounds there. Trial and cruel.